Hell yeah. Alright, so check it out. Here's pretty much what happens when I'm evaluating a computer. I mean, usually, you can go to the computer properties, and you can evaluate the Windows experience, you know, whatever. I got a 4.7, which, you know, this is my laptop. So, 4.7, that's alright. I mean, it's not the greatest or anything like that. My desktop, I think I got like a 7.2 or 8.2. It's pretty good, but whatever. That's pretty much how the homeowner would evaluate the process performance of the system. My way of evaluating the performance of the system is I bring up the task manager. Now, bringing up the task manager, you right click on the taskbar and then start task manager and boom boom bang. But I don't know, I'm pretty sure you already know that. So I bring up task manager and I'm looking at the performance tab, checking out the page file, seeing how the memory is being used with the way the operating system is. And I'm also checking out to see if you got a dual core or quad core processor, which, like I said, you go to the properties of my computer and you can pretty much see all of this under that. But basically you got the resource monitor right here, which gives you the option of pretty much going to the task manager's processes, and it shows you. This one here is a little more extensive though, but I'm not going to go into this. I'm just going to keep it real basic. So to cut a long story short, after I'm looking at the evaluation, I'm evaluating your computer's performance, I go to the processes and I make sure that all processes from all users are being shown, and I scroll through it and I make sure that there's no suspicious applications running. Now I really don't have any because I keep my system quite up to date. And cut a long story short, if I see something in here for the processes, I'll figure out where it's located. Like, see the HP Power Assistant, that's down here in the system icon right here, Power Assistant. And then I don't know, all of these are pretty much the entire thing of what you see. Your desktops, the start bar, the actual task manager itself. See right here, task manager, bam. So I'm looking at your system, say the page files like way up here, like in the 3/4 range. The only possible way, oh shit, I don't have it. The only possible way that your page file is going to be up that high would be to say you got a low amount of memory and you got a lot of websites open, or you got a large application running. That's the only way your page file would be more than halfway above the line. If you're just sitting at your computer doing nothing like I am, and it's more than halfway, that's not good. But so I'm at 260 seconds. What's that, like 3 minutes? 4 minutes? And then cut to the chase. I see something underneath the processes tab. I'm going to open up this little window here called System Configuration, and then I'm going to go to like Services, probably, depending on the process, you know, it might even be in the startup, alright? But the best way is to pop off into the services, and then you can hide all Microsoft services, and that pretty much should filter out, you know, anything that, you know, could be potentially confusing. So now I'm pretty much looking at when my computer first turns on. This is everything that, this is all the services that start up, and bam, there they all are. Now, I don't know, you know, say I don't want my power assistant running anymore. My power assistant is consuming too much power, 32 watts. Alright, well, in order to get rid of this, I have to go to here, the location. But just for the record, you know, I wouldn't recommend, if you're in the system configuration and you have the startup bar, startup tab, and the manufacturer, say my computer's a Dell and I got Hewlett Packard Windows Assistant, whatever, Hewlett Packard Assistant on my Dell, I'd probably get rid of that. But, you know, saying I got a Dell and it's a Dell, or, you know, Hewlett Packard, and, you know, it's a Hewlett Packard, I'd keep it. But then this thing down here, this unknown, what's this? HP Wireless Assistant, unknown. Oh, okay. We look at the command and the location, Hewlett Packard, blah blah blah. So why would the manufacturer of the wireless assistant, well, basically, to cut a long story short, the driver that I got installed isn't from Hewlett Packard. It does a better job. And probably been on here for about 10 minutes now. Ridiculous. It's supposed to be quick. So I'm going to get rid of this Hewlett Packard. Either one. They're both in the same location. Power Assistant, Wireless Assistant. Now it's time to open up the registry editor. This setup right here, this is called User Account Control, UAC. You know, I could disable that, but one of these days I will. Here's the Windows Registry Editor. Now, I go to the location. Where it's located. I'm not really too familiar with this thing called Windows Registry. I kind of, but to basically, no, I'm just kidding. I'm pretty good with this little hierarchy system, and then the keys and the different types of, you know, it's real simple, you know what I'm saying? It's like if you're a programmer, you got a variable, and then you got the value of the variable. The value of the variable. But, you know, see, name, data, name would be variable, data, value, but I don't know. So I'm looking at your system, you know, and oh, here it is right here. Look at that. What a coincidence. How coincidental. We got the power assistant and the wireless assistant. We got the wireless assistant and the power assistant. What'd I do? Pull the okie dokie move, and am I putting it together for you? So, bam. You know, the shit gets removed before you know it. You know, if it's bad, then, and it's running in here, and it doesn't show up in your, you know, registry editor. It'll probably show up in the registry editor. 9 times out of 10, you'll catch that occasional program that doesn't show up in the registry, but that takes a real good programmer to be able to actually pull off that type of application. And cut a long story short, there ain't too many of them. And so that's pretty much how I look at a computer's system performance. Now, like I said, you know, you can always click start, right click my computer, go to the properties, you know, and there's your information, you know, your processor, and, you know, the rest of the basic computer information, Windows 7 service pack, yada yada yada. So yeah, I got a lot of icons, got quite a few projects going on simultaneously. That's what multitasking is about. But hope you enjoy this video. Have a good one.